There's nothing quite like growing your own vegetables from seed. Not just that, you know exactly what's gone into the soil, you know exactly what's going into your fruits and vegetables, and you know that what you're consuming contains no pesticides or chemicals, and that way it won't affect your family whatsoever. There's nothing quite like that first lot of organic vegetables which you've grown yourself. It's almost an accomplishment, something that you've done yourself, that you've been able to nurture from seed, and now it's on your dinner table. I'll bet you it tastes a whole lot better that you've done it yourself. And I hope that you guys are getting involved, getting stuck in your vegetable gardens, and doing just that, growing great green produce which your family will thank you for many years to come. Now, one of the first things that you need to try and achieve when it comes to starting a vegetable garden is ensuring that you have the correct soil. Now, I can't emphasize this enough because great soil creates great food. There is no substitute for great soil, guys. There is no intermediate, there is no alternative. Great soil creates great food. Now, vegetables require a lot of composted soil as well as a lot of organic matter, and this is why I encourage to use as much compost as you possibly can within your vegetable garden, and always have a compost pile or a vermicomposter handy so that you can discard of those unwanted scraps, and quite conveniently you want to have it close to your operation so that there's no need for you to travel too far to discard of your waste. It's all about saving and conserving energy as well as it is growing great produce. One of the other things you'll want to take in consideration is the space that you'll be utilizing. Not all of us have access to farms, not all of us have access to great big yards. Many of us might have very small places where we can only fit maybe one planter box, or we've only got a limited amount of space. In those situations, it's best to grow vertically because you can virtually double or triple your space by growing up as against growing just on one level. So there are options when it comes to planting and the amount of space that you've got, but it's also about choosing the correct amount of sunlight that your plants are going to get. Remember, some vegetable varieties prefer full sun, whereas others don't like the full heat of the day. They prefer slightly cooler conditions, which is why a lot of the time we've got summer and winter crops. Because of the variances in the temperatures, certain varieties of fruits and vegetables prefer colder climates to the warmer climates. So this is another thing to take into consideration when starting your vegetable garden, just to ensure that you've got the correct planned space where you'll be planting your vegetables. Now, when it comes to the seeds that you'll be choosing for your vegetable garden, maybe take a little bit of time to think about exactly what you'll be growing, because a lot of the time when we go and choose our seeds from our local store, we're very limited in terms of what we actually have to grow. So a lot of the time they sell vegetables which are common varieties which we can often buy in our grocery stores, and that's not my way of gardening. For me, I'd like to choose a whole different varieties of heirloom vegetables and test them out in the conditions that we're busy growing in. Now, for me in South Africa, I've found two great websites which I'll like to add here at the top, or I'll add them in the link below in the comments section. They are Living Seeds and Seeds for Africa. Now, in terms of a variety of seeds, these guys certainly have the best variety available in South Africa from what I've seen, and if there's anyone else that you guys know of, please let me know in the comments section so that I can go and look them up. But growing different vegetables is really something that I'd like to encourage you to do, not just to experience the different flavors and the different textures, but just to watch how they grow. It's all about learning, guys, and this is what I want to emphasize: learning as we grow. When it comes to planting, especially if we're limited by our space, the best suggestion that I can give to you is to do some companion planting. So planting plants together, or vegetables together, which complement each other, and they also help each other to actually improve the flavor of the fruit as well as deterring pests. So you can plant things such as leaf lettuce and peas, or broccoli and peas, tomatoes and onions. There's a lot of different varieties which you can use in the garden, and they all help complement and help strengthen the vegetable garden which you are creating. I feel it's important to share that you're continuously planting new seeds, that you're continuously feeding your vegetable garden, because as you're using one thing, you need to be replacing it with another thing. That's just an economical way of producing fresh produce for your house to always have readily available when you need to consume. Now, not only that, but if you do have some extras, it's always great to give to your friends and neighbors. But making sure that you've always got a fresh supply for your family is very important. So make sure that you're planting seeds in seed trays every 2 or 3 weeks, sometimes every week, depending on how frequently you use that crop. But it's always good to have extra seeds and extra seedlings waiting to be transplanted into the ground as soon as you take the other ones out. So that is my top tip for today. And I'm really thankful that you guys have taken the time to watch this video. I know it's a little bit different to what we usually do and to what I've done before, but it's something that I just thought that I should share with you guys. And like I said, guys, it's always good to have you guys, and we can share and impart our own knowledge to each other. And if you guys have got any tips for me, or if there's anything that you'd like me to share on my channel, I'd love to hear it in the comments section. From me, Andrew, here at Pro-Gro, it's always good to have you, and we'll see you again on our next video.